Well, very good morning, everyone. Respected sir and my dear friends. Myself, Ratandeep Bhattacharjee, and I'll be presenting the topic of neuroendocrine system in crustaceans. Now, yesterday, while Disha focused on the process of molting and its regulation in crustaceans, I will be emphasizing on the main components and functions of the neuroendocrine system of crustaceans. So let's begin. For the introduction, crustaceans are a member of subphylum Crustacea of phylum Arthropoda. Now, all crustaceans comprise of a hard shell from which their name has been derived. Their name has been derived from the Latin word crusta, which means hard shell. Now, these invertebrate animals have a cosmopolitan or worldwide distribution of about 45,000 species. Some common examples of the crustaceans are shrimps, lobsters, crabs, prawns, barnacles, etc. Their body is basically divided into head, thorax, and abdomen. Two pairs of antennae and compound eyes are common. Sexual dimorphism is seen in crustaceans. Now here is the picture of lobster. This is its head, this is the thorax position, and this is the abdomen. Here we can see general structure of a crab. Here is its the head portion. These are the two antenna. These are the eyes. This is the claw. This is the cephalothorax or thorax, and this is the abdomen portion. So let's move to the next slide. Now, the neuroendocrine system in the crustaceans deals with the studies and interaction between the nervous system and the endocrine system. The crustaceans are seen to found a predominant neuroendocrine system in addition to distinct endocrine glands which cover a wide range of physiological functions. Now for the components, first of all is the sinus gland complex, which is also called the X organ sinus gland complex. The sinus gland serves for the storage and release of the neurohormones to the X organs, and so they are comparatively called the X organ sinus gland complex. Now, it is located in the eye stalks in the medulla terminalis. Here in the diagram, we can see the various components of the X organ sinus gland complex. This is the lamina ganglionaris. This is the medulla externa, the medulla interna, and the medulla terminalis, where the core Y organ lies. Let's move to the next slide. On the second position, we have the postcommissural organ. Now, this is the location of the postcommissural organ. Next, the pericardial organ. This is the location of the pericardial organ. Then we have the Y organ, which lies in close proximity to the X organ. Here we can see the X organ, and this is the Y organ. Then we have the mandibular organ. The mandibular organ plays some distinct roles in the reproduction. And then we have the androgenic glands. So these are the two androgenic glands found in a typical crustaceans. Let's move to the next slide for the functions. So first of all, the function of the X organ. Now, X organ secretes numerous neurohormones like the mold inhibiting hormone, gonad or ovary inhibiting hormone, light adapting hormone, hyperglycemic factors, and also some neurodepressor hormones. Next, we have the Y organ. The Y organ is responsible for the secretion of the main molting hormone or the ecdysone, which gets later converted to 20-hydroxyecdysone, and it stimulates the process of molting. Then we have the mandibular organ. Mandibular organ secretes hormonal substances that play active role in reproduction. It is involved in the ovary growth. Mandibular organ synthesizes a chemical known as the methyl farnesonate, which is responsible for the development of reproductive parts. Now, just like mandibular organ, androgenic gland also plays pivotal role in case of the reproduction. It is responsible for processes like spermatogenesis and the development of masculine characters. Now, let's move to the next slide. Now, the processes that are controlled by the crustacean neuroendocrine system. First of all is the molting. Now, molting is a regular phenomenon in crustacean growth. During molting, the old cuticle is sloughed off, which is followed by increase in the body size due to rapid absorption of water. And soon the new exoskeleton is formed due to redeposition of the chitin, that is the outer covering, and the some inorganic salts, which forms their structure intact. The steroid ecdysone from the Y organ stimulates the process of molting. Now, in the diagram, we can see Y organ stimulates the process of molting with the help of hormone ecdysone. Now, as soon as the process of molting is over, the central nervous system activates or signals the X organ sinus gland complex, which in turn produces the mold inhibiting hormone, and this mold inhibiting hormone blocks the uh, action of the ecdysone. Next is the reproduction. Reproduction in crustaceans are mainly performed by the androgenic gland and the mandibular gland. Androgenic gland plays active roles. In absence of the androgenic gland, ovaries auto-differentiate spontaneously. Gonad stimulating hormone, androgenic gland hormone are some of the important hormones in reproduction. Gonad stimulating hormone helps to produce vitelline via vitellogenesis with the help of vitellogenesis stimulating hormone or VSOH. Central nervous system acts on the sinus gland to produce gonad inhibiting hormone that later inhibits the action of VSOH. Now, it is said that if androgenic gland is removed from a genetic male, it may develop ovary and change into a female. Let's move to the next slide. Now, the osmoregulation. Osmoregulation is an essential physiological process in crustaceans which enables them to cope with the changes between the ion concentrations within their bodies and the aquatic environment they inhabit, because mostly crustaceans are aquatic. There are four known sources that influence the osmoregulation or osmotic valence in crustaceans. The brain factor, which will regulate functions of the internal glands, the intestine, and the gills. The thoracic ganglion factor also affects the stomach, intestine, gills. Sinus gland complex or the X-organ sinus gland complex also helps in regulation of internal glands. The pericardial organs influence salt and water metabolism by heart muscles and gills. Next, we have the regulation of the myotropic factor or the regulation of heart rate and heart rate. Heart rate is accelerated by various peptides that are released from the pericardial organ. Next, we have the phenomenon of color changes. Now, color changes are affected by dispersal of pigments in cell called chromatophores. Peptide hormones from sinus gland, exorgan sinus gland complex either help to regulate the color changes in crustaceans. Here we can see crustaceans of various colors. Now to conclude, I would like to say that the neuroendocrine system in crustaceans are found to exhibit wide range of functionality. Now, together, along with various components, it plays a vital role in various of crustacean metabolic activities. Now, from molting to color changes, neuroendocrine system plays pivotal role in the life of crustaceans. The ability to change body pigmentation during color change is a vital activity throughout its life. It is said as a defense mechanism or yes, basically a defense mechanism to mimic with the background to avoid unwanted attention and to avoid being killed by any predators. Processes like molting help them to synthesize new skin by shedding the old one. Active role of the neuroendocrine system in the development of reproductive organs in crustaceans also signifies how important the system is. Now, in the present day, scientists are undergoing researches on the neuroendocrine system and have discovered hormones like PQDL, VF, LRF-amide that exhibit specific cardiac activities and help to regulate the myotropic factor that we just saw in the previous slides. These researches will pave the way for grasping deeper insights into the neuroendocrine functionalities of the crustaceans. So these are some of the references that I have used. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone, for listening.